Yes, yours truly, Rockin' Dave, the real deal, North Fort Myers, Southwest Florida, and all that good stuff. How are you, my friends? I hope all is well. And what I'm going to do is see if I can get my cord here. Actually, we got a couple of unboxings. And so, I guess I get this all set up right here. So, one is, we got this actually last week. I think it was could have been last Tuesday. I can't remember. But it is another Boss RC5. And this one, I'm loading up with some tracks I'm putting together. So, good old RC5. When I am got the tracks in, and I have a couple overdubbing I'm going to be doing on some of the tracks. And once I lock that in, then there's a function in here that will allow you to press only once to stop it. And I think that function is when you have it set up for record, play, and stop. So if I do leave a slot, a memory slot or two blank, and when I do live looping, I will only be able to record one um, instrument. I won't be able to do any overdubs because when you're in that mode, you can record, press play, and then next time when you press again, it'll stop it. So, but again, like I said, I'm gonna have it primarily set for some of my backing tracks. These things are great, man. Um, what's nice if you're gonna be doing stuff like what we're doing, and these are only like $200, and instead of going out buying the RC6 or I got the RC300, which I love that thing. But what you could do if you don't want to even go that route, buy two or three of these, and you're probably saying, well, why would I want to do that? Well, you got to remember, even though you get like 13 hours, let's say you're not dedicating each loop pattern program number for, let's say, 45 minutes. So let's say you're going to do an average 5 minute song. Let's say all your songs are averaging 5 minutes. Well, you only have 99 slots here. So you only have 99 songs. And then you need to add new ones. You could, download them and change them. But what you can do is get a couple of these. And then now you got, instead of 99, you got, 198. And then so forth. So that you could dedicate for each one of your set list if you need to, just to have that catalog of songs. I mean, I know the computer can hold a lot more, but what I like about this is it's foot switch. There's no computer. There's no things you got to push. So I did not get the FS7 foots, which I only got that one that we got actually from Sam Ash a couple months ago up in Sarasota. Um, So yeah, everyone's out of the FS7. We called my friend Chris, Educators Music. They're out of them. Guitar Center's out of them. Sweetwater's out of them. Now, so we got this at Guitar Center here in Fort Myers. But this is unboxing number one. We got a couple more. Along today, we happened to go. They did not have what I was looking for at the Guitar Center down here in Fort Myers. However, they had it at the Guitar Center in Naples, and I guess it's a new store. It's a beautiful store. Because when we went there, I asked the guy behind the counter, I said, man, how long you been here? He said, oh, we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary last year. Or no, this year. We just, a couple days ago, they just celebrated their 1 year anniversary. So I thought, wow, man, that's great. Beautiful store, man. Oh my God. If there is a sign that Guitar Center is going under, you wouldn't be able to tell it when you look at the Naples store because it is fully stock primo gear, man. They got this one section that when you walk in, the guitar wall is all the way in the back. You walk in, they got a beautiful counter, fully loaded with gear. down the aisles. Everything's organized. Your cables, your strings, your picks, and just rows of everything. Off to your left as you come in, you have one section for the drums, electronic drums, and they got another section over here with the keyboards, huge keyboard section, and then once a couple of huge aisles for microphones, and then in the back corner they got a huge acoustic room in there, but where all the amps are set up and where the guitars, oh my god, they got a lot. And they had a lot of high-end Gibsons. The double neck, the Jimmy Page double neck, I think that was going for like 7 grand. They had a double cutaway, like Les Paul Jr. or Les Paul double cutaway. That was going for 8,000, I think. Or maybe that was going for 6. And then the Carina Gibson Flying V, that was going for almost 10 grand. So yeah, maybe the double neck was almost 8 grand, and quite a few other guitars that's extremely high end, man. Some custom shop Fenders in the $4,000-5,000. Then they had right in the middle a black Jackson, USA made Jackson Kelly, beautiful guitar. Neck through, oh man, you can feel right away the quality. That was going for $4,100. And then they had their Paul Reed Smiths and their other Gibson Les Pauls up on the higher racks. And then they had, the SC models, more easy access. The picture that I put up is the Gibson, it's the Epiphone Alex Lifeson signature model Epiphone with the Floyd and the contour easy access with the neck, and then the out of phase switch. Oh man, it works great. Beautiful guitar, man. Quite a few others, man. I mean, they had a Soldano with the snakeskin. The head was going for over 3,100. The cab's going for like 2,200. Matching snakeskin cab and a matching snakeskin head, and incredible. And then of course I got some extra 10s and extra 13s, so I'm gonna pop those. But Deb surprised me with this, and voila, Shure wireless guitar, and the Sennheisers that we used to pay 600 for, now they're going for 1,200. Everything's doubled. So like, whoa! And I don't think they had any in stock. We still have our Sennheisers, but we gotta like either recalibrate them or maybe when the FCC changes things and you run out of bandwidth, then you're kind of like SOL. So let's see what this looks like here. Probably use this. Get this ready for our gig on Friday. We're going to be playing at Miramar Outlet. So we had a cancellation for the art walk because they're doing they're working on the bridge. If anyone lives down here, you guys know what I'm talking about. The bridge that we got 2 bridges that go from North Fort Myers down into downtown Fort Myers, and the one bridge, Cleveland Avenue Bridge, that's closed because they're building a sidewalk, and it's gonna be closed for like 10 weeks. So rerouting traffic. So this past Friday, our art walk gig got canceled because everyone's saying it's too unsafe to set up for the vendors because there was a whole lot, looked like a parade of cars, but it's the traffic. But a lot of the shops were getting a little bit disappointed on that because everyone's losing money. So I guess the mayor got together with the fire chief and the police, and they're like, okay, maybe we get some extra officers down there for not this Friday, but the following Friday. We're gonna do the music walk, and so far we're on the schedule and we're good to go. So yep, we got the I forget what model, Shure wireless guitar system, but yeah. We'll be checking this out. Here's our battery pack. And so our battery pack, and it looks like the door. Let me make sure I got this. Oh, yeah. Looks like you got the ridges right here. And if you can see that, squeeze these in, and boom. Opens up, puts your batteries in there. Obviously, it's 2 AA's. And you could see this, okay, right there. This says group, this says channel, And then this right here looks like it is a gain. Yeah, it looks like it's a gain knob. And see how it works. I mean, we've always had good luck with the Sennheisers, but they're top of the line. But we've also had good luck with Shure microphones. I know a lot of people will bash the SM57 and 58, but they're workhorses. You could drop those things, bam, and you have no issues with them. And I know a lot of technology has definitely changed since then, but it looks like we got an on-off switch, yeah. So here at the top, we have a little on-off switch, and then here's where you connect the cord. Yeah, AA batteries right there. I'm sure we got the cord in here somewhere. Yep. Here's the cord. This part goes into the battery pack, and obviously this goes to the guitar. And we have an adapter in here. And in here is the unit itself. And, yep, there it is. I don't know what the model number is. BLX4, I think it is. So the group, like what's on the battery pack, the channel to match and the power on and off. And of course, you could use a microphone or you could use a guitar with it, And so I don't see an antenna, but everything's different now. Everything's different now. So, and we'll get this up and going and see how that works. Did come with batteries. That's good. Of course, the power supply. So set that in there. Oh wait a minute, I'll put this back underneath there. But we do have one more item, which is actually the main item. And again, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Sorry we're not able to stream, last week or the week before. We just had a lot going on. And then today we had some guys coming out fixing our soft floors. We got that done. So when we buy gear, it's because we have enough money in our music account, business account. So that's how we do it, which makes sense. Unless it's an absolute emergency that we have, because this is not just, fun gear for us. These are like tools, It's like when I was doing HVAC, we had to buy a drill. We had to buy a drill, So we're making good progress down here with that. So the main thing is, nope, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not that Alex Lifeson Epiphone. It was a nice guitar, and I know some people don't like this, but I think it's pretty cool. We went and got the ME90. Now, I'm gonna explain something. I'm still using my GT1. I still love that pedal. It's great. But now I've noticed a couple of weeks when I go to plug my extra cord in. Now, for my extra foot switch, my controller, now it's starting to activate things when before it didn't. So now I put it in. Now I got to shut things off. So it could be starting little by little to start to go. And I've been using it for over 2 years now, and out down here in the heat, man, it's brutal. Let me just put it that way. It's brutal. So I looked at the. I'm gonna be honest with everyone out there. I did look at videos of the Helix. Now, I was never a really big Helix fan until just recently. If I were to be a session guitarist in Nashville, and I did a couple videos on it, just the amp sims, there's no question about it. The amp sims on the Helix are great. The amp sims on the Fractal, I think, is even better. The headrest has got some killer tones. Very killer, very professional, very high end. But what I'm starting to notice is people are starting to talk about the support system that the Helix has been giving everybody. And because the Helix has been around 10, 12 years now it's proven itself, and it's proven to be an industry standard. So customer service seems to be great, and because their availability, because they're like a Shure SM57, they're standard in the industry. Um, they're more easy access to get at them. There's a guy named Steve Scaletti. He said even when he was in Europe doing some shows, I guess with his wife and his father-in-law, they got a band and they travel all over the place. He had no problems when he was in Europe. Now, last time we were in Europe, that was 2007. The Helix was not around, but I could tell you what was around: Boss products. So, the tried and true situation, you kind of stick with it because, once you experience one company going out of business, you don't want to start playing around and, um, you know, like some of these other companies. They sound great. They got great units. My concern is how long are they going to be around, And I know I've seen people bashing the Boss. This is a big improvement from the ME80 from what I've seen. So let's go ahead and unbox this guy. And I know I'm going to be programming, it. Now it'll come with 4 AA batteries. I got my power supply with my pedal board, so I don't need that. And real simple unit, man. I did try the one they had on display at Guitar Center. With the manual, I'll look at that. It's going to be similar to the 80 as far as setup, I'm assuming. My question will be is on the foot controller, the control switch, if I could turn on 2 or more effects at the same time, like you can with the 80. Probably. So let's go see what we got here. Okay. Take this out. And I'm going to put this guy here. And so, here it is. Again, knob base. And what I do like about these is the fact that you cannot accidentally hit a tuner. I've done that a couple of times with the GT1. Great unit. I got nothing bad to say about that thing. I do know it's been cooking in the sun for quite some time, last few gigs, and I'm starting to notice certain things. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe it's just a bad chord, but then I tried that, and now it's not a bad chord. And since they're phasing things out, and then we had a gift card, so we were able to get this, no problems. And I figured, you know what? While it's available, and this one just got shipped to the new Guitar Center, so this might be more of the upgraded version with the new software. I don't know. I figure, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab one. Deb was saying, yeah, we'll just take the gift card and whatever we gotta pay the difference. That's fine. While we got it, let's go ahead and do it. Take care of it, get it done. So again, we're right back to my switch now. This is very familiar with me because of the ME80. What I like about this, you go from your memory mode to manual mode, and then you can have everything all set up, turn things on and off individually. They got a couple of new effects on here. They upgraded the amps, and it's got the new AIRD technology. Now the top is metal. The sides and the back is plastic, but it's thick plastic, as well as the foot pedal. And the foot pedal, because I tried the demo, it's not super hard to turn on and off for your wahs and all that, but you can't accidentally turn them on. So that's nice. Unfortunately, with the Digitech, if you went too far down and you just put a little pressure, you activated the wah pedal, That's the only drawback with stuff like that. And what it looks like here, if you want to adjust or tighten your wah pedal, your foot pedal, looks like it's set for an Allen wrench. That's nice because after so many uses, it'll get loose. Okay, so what we got here, and this will do Bluetooth, which I don't care about the Bluetooth. You got your input, you got ground lift if you need to hook up a wire or anything for ground. Your input, you got stereo outs, left is mono. Here's what I like, this little switch. It's set for guitar amp. Boom, I set it for line. It's got your 1/8 jack for your phones. It has an effects loop. It's not stereo, just send and return effects loop. And then it has USB-C, so it upgraded the USB, and then it's power switch, and then it's adapter. It does not come with an adapter, but if you got the pedals, it's one of these. The pedal boards, no issues. I could power that up with this. Uh, yeah, it's nice. It's definitely nice. It's a little bit smaller this way, and they large this pedal, but it's about the same as the ME80. So I know I'll be able to still fit this in my pedal board, and I will be eliminating using my little FS, my Digitech foot switch. I would probably use it for one of my other effects here in the studio, and I'll get this programmed. Now I do know it does have the cab sims. It's IRs, and it did the ability to download, I think, 3 more IRs. All I care about is getting a really good sound for what I do out of it, and then all that other stuff I could worry about later. Um, for metal, I know there's much better units out there that will give for sound for metal, and that's kind of the issue. However, I haven't tried this yet through our QSC or through our Yamaha mixer and our QSC, and I could find out. But I do a lot of fusion music. This thing shines with that style, so I'm good there. You cannot move your effects around, but the way it's laid out, my main concern was the Univibe, and if the Univibe is put after the amp and distortion at, sometimes it'll sound like it needs to be put in front of the amp. I don't know what they did here. If some of these modulating effects have it routed where it actually goes in the front of the amp as opposed to effects loop, so it gives a really strong, clear Univibe effect that doesn't get washed out with the overdrive. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound weird. I got my freeze function back. Everything's knob bass. There was a guy I was been watching all day today and yesterday doing a demo. Name of his channel is One Ray, and he's got actually some good videos, especially on this. Um, he's got 3 of them out so far. One is where he's just demoing just the preamps, and he'll do a little bit of clean and a little bit of distortion on each one, and then when he gets to the distorted amps, he'll take the gain down and show you what that sounds like on a little bit clean side. Then that video is about an hour long, but he does a very great job of it, so kudos to him. And he's got another video, part 2, is where he's just talking about the overdrives and distortions. And the last video, part 3, is on the modulating effects. He did a great job on all 3 videos. So kind of excited on that. So I guess what I could do is I'm going to plug this in and just go over. What's really cool with this is to edit things, it's very easy now. It's back to the small little screen with it's almost like an orange LED. So I might be able to see it during the sunlight. But as long as I know where I'm at, everything is going to be easy to manipulate this. And so let me go ahead and pop this. And again, I'll look through the manual and maybe sometime down the road here, I'll do a shootout between the 80 and the 90, the new one. But from what I heard, man, I heard like the Helix, and I was very impressed with the Helix, man. And when I did play one, actually a few years back at Guitar Center, I was very impressed, But I'm leery when stuff is new and it's supposed to be the latest and greatest, and everyone's selling their souls to get one, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay, it does have to stand the test of time, guys. I mean, nothing is foolproof. What I do like about this is that you do have a power switch. Aha. And let's see if I could turn that off there. I guess you could see. And if you go on, that's memory. If you go in, oh, maybe it's manual. I don't know. I'll find out. But there's the lights there. There's different color lights, which is cool. Oh, that would be. Yeah, because when you're in manual mode, this shuts off. And the only time that'll come on is if you're going to, increase everything. So, and I'm going to send this guy a message, or I'll leave a comment on his YouTube channel for One Ray. He said he was writing down his program, his parameters on a separate piece of paper to remember everything. You can, but what you also could do is whatever knob you turn, it's good to pick up that number. If I leave it at 30 and it shuts off and I go touch it again, now I got 31, but I'm right within that range. So you don't really have to write everything down. So if I go back to, we'll find out in the daylight. Some of the new effects they put in here is a feedbacker, which is cool, and a tune down, which is kind of like the drop pedal, and then an S bend that's in the compressor section, and the distortion overdrives. They got the boost, the overdrive, which is like the Boss OD1 tube screamer, the Sentra OD, which is, I guess it's a clone of a Sentra. I'm not too sure. I guess it's a high-end overdrive. The Blues Driver, the regular Boss Orange distortion. Then you got Turbo distortion, the Rat distortion, Metal distortion, which is like which is not the heavy metal, but I think it's the metal zone. Then you got the core, which is metal core, and then the big muff. Now, when you get into the tone control, what was it, Tone Labs? I forget what it's called. Tone Central, I think it is. You could download more, and you could get into more programs, which is great. And for the modulating, we still have our phaser, flanger, tremolo, chorus, vibrato, pitch shift, harmonizer, rotary, univibe, delay, and it's overtone, which is pretty cool, the overtone. And for the delay, you got your standard delay, analog delay, tape delay, warm delay, modulating delay, which is digital delay, reverse delay, then tempo for your tap tempo, your Terra Echo delay, which is great. You have a shimmer, which some people don't like. From what I heard, I was messing around with that Guitar Center. It sounded really cool. Phrase trainer, and then you got the last one is delay plus reverb. And then over here with your wah, you have your wah pedal, your voice, which would be like your vocoder. You got plus 1 octave, plus 2 octave, minus 1 octave, minus 2 octave. Your freeze function, your oscillating delay, your overdrive distortion, which when you back down, it cleans it out. And when you activate the pedal, it brings in the overdrive. You have, it looks like a module ring, moderate. Oh, the moderate is like for if you're using the, let's say your vibrato and you want to speed it up and slow it down. You might be able to do that with the Univibe too. But like or the rotary, you might, which your rotary. And then you got one's called your delay level when you have this all the way down. You could have your delay fully on, and then when you got the pedal back and you slowly bring it in, it's like you're slowly bringing in the delay, which that's really cool. Up here for your effects 2, EQ and your effects 2, you got your EQ, your chorus delay, boost, trem, pan, and then you got your phaser. So which is cool, which is nice because what I did with the ME80, I was using my phaser with my Univibe to get like this really cool effect. Um, your reverb has got your standard, your hall, room hall, and spring. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this hooked up here. And I know I seen a Zoom. What was it called? The GX24, the G2X4, and look impressive. But they have these little switches on the side. You have to really be, work your toe to get in and hit those switches. And when you're in a live performance setting, in my opinion, the less stress, the best you off. When you're trying to do things and it becomes too hard, life's hard enough, man. Okay, so obviously I will be programming this for the shows, and I'm gonna try to get like some of the stuff that I've programmed in the GT1. I can look at those settings. Might sound a little different because the GT1 is still using the Cosm effect, which is such a great pedal, man. Definitely still keeping that sucker. Maybe I'll just use that for in studio use. Maybe I didn't need this long cord. We'll find out. We will find out. But when things start to go off, it's usually a sign that, okay, get ready. It might break down at a gig. So, that's how it is. Put the wireless over here because we're going to be messing with that. And, let's see. Oh, yeah, I'll be alright. Too bad they didn't mark it up here. Well, it should be easy. Output, mono. And then my guitar input. So I grab another cord. I grab a shorter cord. So yeah, this would be cool. This would be cool to check this out. You figure some of these units. Now this one has a 5-year warranty. But the way they make things, if you're gigging extensively, you might get, I don't know, 2.5 years out of some of them before they start to give signs that get a backup system, because this could go at any moment. You know what I mean? So, and then I know, from buying expensive tools, they last longer. They certainly do. Oh, I see how that is. Okay. So let me grab the Lawsuit guitar, the guitar that looks like the Paul Reed Smith. Yeah, I was checking out some PRSs over at Guitar Center. Had some nice ones too, man. The Alex Lifeson guitar was nice. That definitely was nice. And okay, so we'll pull this up here, and so we'll see what's on. Okay, so we got our master level here. Everything's basically. So we don't. So this is right out of the box, the user preset, and these are the ones I can override, which is I probably will. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely. I'm going into the Roland. So, and I have the switch set for a line, which is going to be important, because if you do, let's see, hear that? It sounds not too good. I'm going to leave it on line. Okay, let's see what number 2. Okay, that's still user patch 1, foot switch 2. Now we go to foot switch 3. Okay, foot switch 4. Okay, I could bring my master volume up here. And I'll bring this up a little bit. So, I mean, it's not right out of the box. I didn't do anything. Right into a PA. Now, the display model, they had it hooked up to a guitar amp, to the Katana head in the cabinet, and they had it hooked up to the Katana's effect loop. That was real good, because I got a good idea if I ever wanted to do something like that, and how it sounded like with the Katana. And you know what? I didn't think about grabbing my phone and recording that. I wish I would have, because then you guys would have got a chance to see, you know, what that sounds like. Now, again, not everything is for everybody, and I'm not trying to push products on anybody. I'm looking at the simplicity for myself and the fact that they don't have these metal foot switches. So I'll go bank up to number 2. And what's really cool with here, this is what I like about this. I'm still on my previous bank, and this is flashes. Now I'm in user bank 2. Okay. Oh, you got it really. Okay. Oh, maybe it's not trying to it. Okay. Okay, so that's number 1. It sounds like it's overtone, because the overtone also almost sounds like well, I'll call it up for it, see what exactly it sounds like. Almost like a an organ type. Okay, number 2 is. Okay. See, again, a lot of this stuff I'm going to be overriding anyway. Old school tuning, man. Okay, there's number 4. Okay, so again, I'll go up patch, see what number 3 is. I think we have, before I even do that, let's see how many patches we have. I think there is 9. Yep, 9, which is plenty. Now, I do know we only have 11 amp sims, whereas like when I saw the Helix, it got like 72 or whatever it was. There's a lot of them that have a lot more, which is really cool. The GT1 has the Soldana. This doesn't. But what I have noticed is that these extra amps are mods of your basic amps from your Marshalls, Vox, Fenders, and the Mesa Boogies, which is, you know, down there. That's starting to get into modded. Was a mod taking the idea of a Marshall and trying to merge it in with the a Fender. So, you know, again, Now some are gonna sound fizzy and thin. That's okay. That sounds like it's with the drop tune. And number 4. Okay, we've got the delay and the compressor. And of course the preamp. Let's see what this has. Modulation. Effect 2. Okay, cool. And let's see what number 5 is. Right out of the box, this is what you get. Ah, it sounds like a little bit of a tremolo. Okay. Compressor, preamp, and delay. Okay, let's see what number 3 is. Okay, we got the auto wah. Okay. And we're back with a delay, overdrive, and the preamp. Okay. So now we'll go up, see what number 6 is. Okay, we got the wah. Okay. What's number 2? Okay. Well, let's go back here. Again, you know, not everything is I'm gonna like, but I know from what I did here, I know I'll be able to get what I want out of this. Okay, how's that delay? Okay, so let's go here, number 7. I think that's the shimmer. There's our pitch shifter. Okay. Ah, there we go. So for our rotary, what was it? Okay, cool. All right, there's your voice. Which I have no use for that, but I'm sure maybe I might come up with something. Who knows? Okay, so now we go back up to user patch number 8 and hit foot switch 1. Let's see what's on there. Okay, let's see what's on number 2. Okay, I don't know, kind of, maybe it might be like the Marshall stack. Okay, what's over here in number 8? There's your auto wah. So I won't use that. Alright, here's your acoustic simulator. This is interesting. Okay, a lot of boomy right there. Kind of harsh. So, I mean, it's good for something. And let's go to user number 9. Let's see. There's your harmonizer. Now I can tell this key of C or key of A minor. Right there don't work, but because when you use the harmonizer, you got to pick the key you're going to be using it in. It does a great job. Here's your reverse with a lot of delay. Well, it could be actually as your delay with the slow gear. That's an old Boss Effect slow gear. Here's number 3 on patch number 9. Okay, here's number 4. Almost sounds like Metal Church's Badlands. That's what it almost sounds like. So that's, you know, all the user presets. So let's see what's on okay, so it's almost a repeat. Okay, Okay, so we'll go back to user number 1, and we're gonna see if that's what the. Yep. So here's the thing. So your presets are duplicated in your user section. So what the user section is meant for you to go ahead and program it the way you want. But let's say you like something. I think there was something on program number 7 somewhere. Okay. So let's go to preset number 7. So actually I could just come up. Yep. Okay, so now let's go back down to user 7. Yep, it's the same thing. So your fear of finding a sound that you like in your user, and all of a sudden you override, like, oh crap, what was that? Just go into your preset, which will be P7. In this case, it's U7, U for user, that's good. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, since I know I got. Let's go number 2. I'm not too fond of this. Let's go back to number 1. So now, what I'm going to go ahead and do, this is my master volume, so that's going to affect anything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my manual mode, which is great. Because now...
Hey, Dwight on the chat is asking, is the chorus and the acoustic sound a 1?
Oh, yeah, you know what? You can, because here's what's really cool with this. So here's what you could do, Dwight. If you're going to write a patch, what you want to do is go into manual mode. And so I'm going to call up my acoustic simulator, right? Well, hold on, I got to do something here. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to turn these off here. And what I would do here for the amps and... Now, yeah. Here we go. This is cool. Now, if I want to take just the EQ. And here's my level. And actually, this would be level as well. Okay. So here we go. What I just done, I turned off my preamp. Ooh, that's, yeah, very boomy. So, turn that down. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you this with the preamp off, we're just going to concentrate on this. I will dedicate this to what's called natural, because natural is almost like flat response, but you could still add a little bit here. So now let's go. We got our acoustic simulator on. So now let's go to our modulating effect. And see, you got a course up in here too. But if you want to use the EQ here, you could use the course on the modulating, which is really cool. So let's go to our course effect. And what we're going to do is... There we go. Now on my guitar here, I didn't activate the pull pot. Okay. If you have coil splitting, but if you use a coil splitting, try to put the switch in the middle, see what that sounds like. If you don't like that, put it for the neck pickup. Because it's not going to sound exactly like an acoustic. It'll sound like the piezo pickup on an acoustic. So you'll have to mess with your pickup selector. Now I'm on the bridge pickup, no coil tapping, so it's full humbucker. So there's your course, and of course I got my rate down. Let's put the depth more. That's without the course. Here's with the course. Now I'm gonna bring my rate up. Now, so you'd have to really mess around with that, and of course, with the okay, on here too, you got low and you got kind of high for the acoustic patch. That's right here. So that'd be kind of like your body, basically what type of body shape, you know. Put a little hall reverb on. Now, that sounds awesome, right? I'm gonna pull up the flanger, and what I'm gonna do is back up a little bit. I used to know this. Let's see. Well, I'm thinking about it now. I'm getting mixed up with Opeth song and an old Yes song, but you get the idea. Yeah, you have to be mindful on your trebles here. If I turn off my EQ. So yeah, you have to really, really be mindful there. And then that's your level of the acoustic simulator that you want. And yeah, this would be your high. Now, what I'm going to do is bring in the natural sounding amp. But yeah, it don't sound too good with there. So if you do anything with your acoustic simulator, you may want to turn your amp sim off. I have not tried the acoustic guitar because I just did the unboxing, so I really don't know about that. Or if you go on a phase shifter. So the acoustic simulator is pretty cool. I don't know. Oh, I'm going to go to the detuned or the tune down. Let's turn it. Because let's see. We'll turn that off. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. -1 by semitone. This does nothing. Okay. And that your volume there does none. So basically, for the tune down, it's only this knob that appears to do something. Now we're going down. Now we're down a whole step. They they are they are stepping down in semitones, which means half step. So 0 is full tune. -1, let's see. -1 is E flat. Okay. -2 is going to be D. Let's see what happens. -3 would be D flat. And let's see. -4 would be C. Let's see what -5 should be. B, because half semitone down, half step from C is B. And let's see, let's go to -6, B flat. -7 would be A. -8 would be A flat. -9 would be G. -10 would be G flat. -11 would be F. And then let's see if it only goes to 12. Yeah, -12 would be a whole octave down. Okay. There's a little bit of wavery. See right there. So if I want to do anything with bass, I'd go for the neck pickup, full humbucker, and I would roll my tone switch down, my tone knob on the guitar down. Maybe bring it up a little bit. So it's not as effective as like the Digitech Drop or on the Digitech RP 360 XP, where I could bring down a full octave, but you know, that's fine. Now we have this thing called the S-bend. Okay, you go down or up. Okay, which is cool for momentarily. So if you want to bring something in, I'll do it with the pitch shifter or maybe I could do it as a slower. Okay, so that's like momentarily how that works. Let's see the octave. Before we get into the octave, let's go and check out the feedbacker. You have to hold that down though. You know, it brings up the semitone as if you're facing your amp and you're just right by there, and you some guitars will pick up those harmonics. They'll take that feedback up to that next note harmonically. Pretty cool. That first came out on the Super Distortion feedbacker pedal. I think that came out late 80s. Okay, so Humanizer. Okay, that's that right there. Here's our octave. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I have to really mess with that. It doesn't seem to be as wobbly as the ME80. I'll do the comparison. But mostly, I wouldn't mind using the feedbacker from time to time. The acoustic's similar. The solo works cool, but all you really get is high and low and your level. But it is a good, if you're especially playing with a band, you need to cut through to boost your solos. It's a good feature there. Deep fret I wouldn't use. Really, the compressor. I would use the compressor. You don't need it a whole lot. Attack sensitivity, attack sensitivity here, and then your level. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the Fender Combo, which is like the Fender Twin. It's got a spring reverb in there. Too much reverb. Now again, I would mess around with more settings and for my EQ. That's not too bad. Okay, let's try the neck pickup, full humbucker. Okay, not too bad. Of course, if I add my EQ here, now you got even more you can mess with. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is go for my Univibe. Okay, I turned that off. Let's see what we do here. Now, here's what you could do. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna take my phase shifter and I'm gonna add my phase shifter. Now I'm gonna turn off my Univibe. Here's my phase shifter. Add my Univibe. So you can combine these, which is pretty cool. And now I'm gonna call up the freeze function. I'm gonna have to, oh, sorry if I hit the phone. I'm gonna have to activate this. So I'm on my, okay, I don't know what's going on. here. Sorry, I'm hitting this thing, and I don't have this on the floor. I can't put too much pressure on the table here. Wow, okay. Well, I'll have to mess with that a little later. Everyone knows what the freeze function does, which is a really cool effect. But, so, now, okay, so if I want to get rid of, let's see, that, I just want to get my, for my, let's go back into memory. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do anything, I'm going to hit the overtone. Yeah, second organ. Now I'm going to add a little bit of an overdrive here. Let's see. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, you're going to sound like a organ. Now I'm going to add the shimmer delay. And it does the trails, which is nice. Now I'm going to add the terror echo on. I don't have that up. Yeah, it is. Maybe because this got a little bit too much depth with the shimmer. So you can see what there's a lot you could do with this for those effects. Plus you got an effects loop in here. So the more that I mess with this, the more you'll be definitely seeing me, using this at the gigs, and then you'll be able to hear it, how it's sitting in the mix. And then when I get things fully programmed to the way I want them, then yeah, I'll do another video, probably another live stream, and take you through the different sounds. But again, right out of the box, you didn't have to tweak anything with the computer. I think what's happening is they did announce that they're doing like an update on some of the software, and I'm wondering if the second batch that they shipped out got that update installed in it already. There's a possibility it did, but even if it didn't, as long as I know I can get a good sound out of it, I'm happy. And that's what you got to really, in the long run, that's what you got to look for. There's nothing worse than spending a lot of money on something, and then as time goes on, you get this buyer's remorse, and you start feeling like, wow, I spend $1,500. I think the cheapest Helix flagship floor is $1,499, $1,500. And again, don't get me wrong, it sounds badass, man. I will admit that it is. Again, if you're gonna do a lot of studio sessions where you really have to get as close to nailing some of those amps as possible. I know the big contenders, well, definitely one of them, I think the top of the line might be the Fractal. And of course the Kemper, because that's actually profiling amps. But it's where you don't have to profile anything. I think would be the Fractal, and the Helix is right there. And I think where the Helix might even beat out the Fractal is that if this is becoming the industry standard, then you could rest assured that no matter where you go in your travels, chances are they're in the studio. They're going to have a Helix in there, or they'll have the music stores, down the street or wherever. They'll have it available for you, and then to download everything. I think that's one of Yamaha and Line Six's strong points is that they're constantly updating that thing. And I think, from what I heard, this is only from what I heard, they got really great customer support system service there. So that's stellar right there. So again, like I said, that came out in what 10, 12 years ago. Now it's stood the test of time. But you're talking $1,500. If you don't want to spend that kind of money and you want to get something close to like say the GT 1000 or the GX 100, this would be it right here because this is using the AIRD technology, and you'll get real close to it. So and of course the lawsuit guitar is different than the Gibson. Of course, I'll get everything all programmed for what I'm doing. But anyways, my friend, so yeah, that's it, and it's not like mind blowing new technology if you've been on the internet. Some people are trying to maybe this ain't that good, for the money, and other people saying this thing is great. I think it sounds there's definitely been improvements. There's no doubt about that. The construction seems to be real strong, and of course, it's gonna be in my pedal board. I do like these foot switches, man. These are great. I love those. I don't have to worry about dirt and actually one of the customers that was a Guitar Center today, older guy, he knew right away what I was talking about with those metal foot switches because he even said, yeah, sand could get in there, and then of course down here with the salt in the air from the ocean. See, down here a lot of times we're playing, by the waterfront, so we're getting all this in the air, and it's gonna get inside the gear, especially those for whatever reason the metal switches seem to gravitate all that stuff, and you'll see over the course of time it starts tarnishing, it starts to get corroded because it's the nature of the area that we're at down here. So the painted metal's cool, and these foot switches I don't have to worry about, and I don't have to worry about accidentally accessing something, and I don't need to have another control foot switch. The GT1, I do. I love that thing. It's a great pedal, man. If you have one, don't get rid of it. Keep it, because I'm keeping mine, that's for sure. It's a great backup. And we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to get what I want out of this thing right here. So, anyways, my friends, I hope this is helpful. Again, there's nothing new under the sun with this stuff, right? And these are still very affordable, but I'll tell you what, it just seems like there's something cooking. I seen a couple of videos and it almost implied this. So we all know that Sam Ash has closed the doors and what's going on with them. And if they're not regrouping and if they do go away, what this means, I'm not in the MI, music instrument um, industry, but what I could see what could happen is that if Sam Ash is completely gone, no more, then that means all these manufacturers lost that store. And why that's a major big deal is because, like Guitar Center, Sam Ash was nationwide. And what's nice with stores like that, when you travel and you're on your way to, let's say you go up to Tennessee, and you got 3 days out before you hit Tennessee, and then you need to grab a Helix, and this place that you're at, they were out of them. Well, you call the next store. Hey, man, we got them coming in. They won't be in Tennessee, Nashville, but they're gonna be in, let's say, Chattanooga. So by the time you get here, I could have my guys get shipped from Chattanooga up to Nashville, and just keep in touch with me so I know you'll have the unit, and when you get there, boom, there's the unit. See, this is what I mean, and this is why I think I saw a video that was saying about the new CEO of Guitar Center. He's starting to uh, focus on more of the pro gigging musician as well as the your regular buying consumer. You know, the beginners and the hobbyists. But I forget who it was saying it's not a good idea for Guitar Center to do because their main business is the hobbyists and that. That's not necessarily true. I mean, you're getting a lot of business. They're getting a lot of business from that, but they're also getting business from us gigging musicians, especially for those of us who have traveled in the past and are still traveling. That is huge because we need some of these stores. If something breaks, we could get that to them. Because in essence, when you're a gigging musician, especially if you're traveling, this is not the guitars not just a piece of art, what they are, but they become necessity tools, and that's why I want to kind of stick with brands I know have been around a long time and that have longevity and that can easily get them at different locations. Dave Simpson had mentioned about that too. You could go anywhere and get a Boss product, and maybe we have to go back to days where we pull out the sounds ourselves. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm not saying not to buy what you want, but what I am saying is that in your travels, think about that. If you're going to be gigging a lot and traveling a lot, think about the availability of that piece of gear because you'll see what I mean when you go somewhere and your piece of gear is breaking down. You got to replace it. Oh man, now you get something different. I only have X amount of time to program the thing or to learn about it because time is tight. And if you're traveling, chances are, if you're doing it the humble way, you're not going to be on a tour bus where you got access to plug into everything. You're going to be in your car. You ain't going to be able to plug in everything because you might be resting and your spouse will be driving. That's what we were doing. So, you start to figure things out when you're out there. Trust me. And then you start to learn how to plan things out. But my point is that I think this is a great unit. I'll find out as time goes on. Time is always will always tell, right? So, guys, I hope this is helpful. Again, you buy what you want. It's your money and it's your decision. You trust me. You do. If you want to buy that Helix, it does sound good. If you do studio work, where you have to cover a lot of ground and you have to cover a lot of different amp sounds and get as close as possible, that's one of the best bets because that thing it does sound incredible. What's nice with this, it took all your basics and then you could create them from there. But I mean, there's obvious 350 versus 1500. There is a difference, but so far so good. Anyways, my friends, I'm glad you guys tuned in. I can't see the chat. See it disappeared. Now it just went out of focus there. But we will be going live Friday. I don't think we'll get rained out. Hope to God we don't, because we've been having some bad rainstorms down here too. Here comes our rainy season. But we'll be going live Friday. If that gets canceled, I'll let you know. And then Saturday and Sunday at Yucatan, and I should have this basically pretty much programmed to what I want. So.
Give a shout out to Dale. He said full demo.
Oh, Dale, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. I can't see on my phone, even when I touch it, because now my phone is going in and out of focus. So on Deb's phone, she could see. I should set up my laptop. I don't. I wish YouTube would leave up all you guys your live chats. I wish they would leave that up like they used to, because I could go back. Now I can't even do that. So, oh well, we're at the mercy of their technology. You know what the solution to that is? You don't buy their technology, and then they start to figure out, oh, we're losing business, so maybe we should have to listen to the customer, right? Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And when I get this thing up and going, I'll share that with everybody and show you what I did with it. And yeah, we'll see what happens, right? Anyways, guys, you have a great, great evening. We will see you on Friday. Until then, you stay strong, safe, and true. Rock on, and God bless. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.